3 words, brown butter brownies. Browning your butter makes it toasty and delicious. These are the best brownies you'll ever eat.
You know, I always get what I want.
Is carrot cake season, which I think should be all year, but these are my favorite carrot cake loaf cakes. So much easier than making a regular cake. Frost it with cream cheese frosting. This is a 5-star recipe. Everyone loves it.
Easy app idea coming your way. Spread them evenly on a greased pan. Spray lightly with garlic-infused olive oil. Use a basting brush to smooth out. Poke little holes in them so that the cheese melts better in the oven. Let them heat in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees. And enjoy!
Making sourdough discard soft pretzels is probably one of my favorite ways to use up sourdough discard. I divide this into 8 equal pieces, roll out a rope, give it the good old heart shape, and then twist. You're gonna boil for 30 seconds on each side, and then you're gonna brush with an egg wash and sprinkle with flaky sea salt. Bake to perfection, and you're ready to go.
Today we're starting with chocolate chip cookie dough, spreading that in the bottom of a pan, and then I'm mixing some peanut butter with sweetened condensed milk, spreading it all over the top, topping it with even more cookie dough. Once you bake this, these are like gooey peanut butter caramel like bars. It's gooey peanut butter stuffed bars. I don't even know what you call them, but they're so good.
С этим рецептом вы сможете открыть пекарню. Начнем. Чайная ложка соли, чайная ложка сахара, дрожжи, муку, масло. Оставим на 40 минут. Тесто выросло в 2 раза. Разделим на 8 частей. Сделаем шнур. Искупаем в соде.
Cream cheese frosting is the best frosting. I will fight you on that one. Just a stick of butter and a stick of cream cheese. Mix that together, and then you're going to add powdered sugar. We did it in 2 additions, so I don't wear the powdered sugar. Just mix that until it's nice and smooth and creamy. No milk or anything needed. Look how fluffy that is. It's so good. It's great for piping or just frosting onto a cupcake or cake or as a filling for cookies or just a spoon, because that's what I like to do too.
Campfire cookies, s'mores cookies, smokies, whatever you want to call these bad boys, they are truly one of the best cookies ever. The dough is a pretty basic cookie dough method where we cream together butter, granulated sugar, and brown sugar until it's super fluffy. Then in go the eggs, then dry mix, and now here's the fun part. Darkened milk chocolate, crushed graham crackers, and cute little baby marshmallows. Mix until everything's just incorporated, then garnish and bake to gooey perfection.
Okay, we're making lemon butter cake. So it starts with a lemon cake mix. I'm adding some lemon, or you could use vanilla pudding mix. Otherwise, just making it like a cake mix. Put it in a bundt pan. While it's baking, we're going to make this sauce. It's got lemon and juice and lemon zest, sugar and butter, and add some vanilla once it's boiling and all that's melted together. Then poke holes in your warm cake. Pour that sauce over it. Let it soak in. So moist. Oh my gosh, this is the best lemon cake ever. Pecan pie brownies. This is such a great recipe. I'm using a box mix for the brownies. No shame in a box mix. And then I'm making a pecan pie filling with brown sugar and some flour and some eggs and vanilla and some chopped pecans. And I'm going to put the brownies in the pan, and then I'm going to place that pecan pie mixture on top, spread it all around, and then swirl it with the back of a wooden spoon. Once you bake these are the perfect brownie pecan pie mashup. Oh, they're epic. I'm marrying two of my favorites, my basic chocolate chip cookie recipe, which starts with melted butter, and I'm going to marry that to Butterfingers. You're going to love this recipe. Such an easy cookie recipe link in bio, or using the whisk button at the bottom of your screen. And then I'm just going to add Butterfinger bits. Have you seen those at the grocery store? They're great. Or you can just chop up Butterfingers if you can't find them. You chill the dough and then you bake it, and these are the perfect chocolate chip cookies that aren't chocolate chip. They have Butterfingers inside. I absolutely love these. Sugar cookie icing is really easy to make with powdered sugar, corn syrup, and milk. You just whisk it together. You want it to be this consistency so that it will not run off the cookies. Color it however you want. Put it into a piping bag. I'm going to do some hearts today with some pink and some red. You can just do them solid. You can add some dots. Use toothpicks to make designs. I love using a solid color and then doing some stripes and using that toothpick to pull through and make the swirls. You can even do dots and make them swirls like little hearts. These are so easy and fun. Use your imagination to make the best cookies.
Sourdough discard pretzel bites are an absolute favorite at our house. There's a couple tricks I'm going to let you in on. First, you're going to make the dough. The key here is to knead the dough for long enough. It should be really smooth. It should not be sticky when it goes into rise. And this is going to double in size after about an hour. You'll divide the dough into 8 equal-ish parts and then roll each piece into a rope and cut into little pieces. These little bites should be about the size of a quarter. You'll boil them for about 30 seconds and then brush with an egg wash and top with flaky sea salt or everything bagel seasoning. Go light on the egg wash because if there's too much, they'll stick to the sheet. Bake until golden and enjoy. You can grab the recipe link in my bio.
Here's how to make perfect royal icing letters to place on your cookies. Print your letters on paper and add some cardstock for stability. Slide it into a sheet protector and use royal icing at flooding consistency to pipe inside the lines. Allow the icing to dry for at least 12 hours and the letters pop right off the plastic. Use some royal icing to glue the letters onto your cookies.
Hey everyone, it's Lauren, and today is day 19 of me making everything in the Hannah Montana cookbook. I'm so sorry for the delay in posting. My birthday was this past week, so happy late birthday to me. But today's recipe were concession stand pretzels. Yes, I struggled getting the dough out of the packaging as much as it looks like. And also, if I went to a concession stand and all they gave me was twisted up pizza dough for those prices, I'd be a little bit disappointed, but for the sake of this recipe, you know what? It's okay. But you know what's not okay is the fact that they wanted me to add milk instead of butter or egg wash to the top. But for this one, I added Italian seasonings, and for the other ones, I just played around, added random toppings. Those ones were gross, but this one was good, and probably an 8 out of 10. Follow for more.
For easier brownies, blondies, or bar cookies, make a foil sling. Cut 2 long sheets of aluminum foil and fold them to match the width of your baking pan. Lay the sheets of foil in your pan perpendicular to each other, leaving extra foil hanging over the edges. Then push the foil into the corners and up the sides, just smoothing the foil so it's flush to your pan, and then lightly spray the foil with vegetable oil spray. Once your baked brownies or bar cookies are fully cooled, you can use that extra foil to simply lift them from the pan. Then transfer them to a cutting board and slice away. A foil sling makes baking and also the cleanup so much easier.
Dandex, the PT creator.
Èmi ni mo mọ àwọn oore tọ́lọ́hun mi ti ṣe. Àìwá máa kà fún ẹ ló jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ pé èwo ni dùnnú wa ọ̀rọ̀ wa máa tó lọ́pẹ́ àwa dúpẹ́ àmúre. Ẹ̀la ojú kan àìtọ́rọ̀ gààrí níbànújẹ́ ọ̀tá wa. Àìtọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀wùwọ̀ ló jẹ́ kó máa dẹ́tẹ̀ òkun. Kọ́lọ́hun kẹ́mi kí n là kó díẹ̀ lómìíràn lọ́wọ́. Ó wá ní iṣẹ́ mi nìkan ni ó ń bí mi o. Ìbéèrè iṣẹ́ wo ló ń ṣe? Ìbéèrè tó fi wá rówó. Ìbéèrè èmi kọ́ lẹ́ òbí. Ìbéèrè ẹ lọ bọ́ lọ́hùn. Ìbéèrè ó yá kẹ́gùn sọmọ lọ. Ìbéèrè ó ń bí mi o. Ìbéèrè ó ń bí mi o. Ìbéèrè
summer with this cherry strawberry slab pie. You can use fresh or frozen berries. The recipe calls for sweet dark cherries, but sour cherries can work too with a little bit of extra sugar. Mix together the fruit, sugar, and cornstarch and let it sit for a few minutes until the sugars are translucent. Transfer the fruit to a pastry-lined jelly roll pan. I find this size sheet pan to be the most ideal for slab pies. Make a lattice or a plain double crust. Either way, this pie has a higher crust to fruit filling ratio, which means perfect for handheld eating at potlucks and picnics. Slice it up, and if you're traveling with it, place the slices into muffin liners in a carry-out tray. Or just grab a plate, a fork, and enjoy. Find the full recipe on my website, everydaypie.com.
This is probably the most beautiful cake I've ever developed. It's my peanut butter and jelly dome cake. It starts with layers of brown sugar chiffon cake. Brown sugar was a deliberate choice, and the cake ends up tasting almost like toasted white bread. Cutting the cakes in progressively smaller sizes and building it in a bowl creates that near-perfect dome shape. A little strawberry jam packs a flavor punch. Then comes the salty, creamy peanut butter filling. The final flourish is a strawberry whipped cream. It's regular whipped cream, boosted with freeze-dried strawberries. And I generally find myself eating this by the spoonful. Once you've smoothed out the dome, it's kind of a blank canvas for decorating. I love piping squiggles for some visual interest. Then I finish it with whatever flowers I fancy. The PB&J flavor is so fun because when you look at the cake, it's this intricate sculptural piece, and you don't expect that familiar taste. To me, that's one of the successes of this recipe.
Start by weighing out your flour, then add in the sugar and salt to the bowl of a stand mixer. Briefly mix it together and then get to working on the butter. Cut it into large chunks, about 8 pieces per stick. Let the paddle cut the butter into the flour for about a minute. Draping a towel over the mixer will prevent flour from spraying everywhere. After a minute, there should still be large chunks of butter, with most of them being about the size of a walnut. Next, slowly stream in cold water, mixing the dough until it's fully hydrated and basically comes together around the paddle. Don't overwork the dough. If there are any dry patches, just add in a few drops of water until it comes together. Pick up the dough and transfer it to a work surface. Quickly shape it into a rough 10 by 8 inch rectangle and wrap it in plastic. This rough puff dough needs to chill for about 1 to 2 hours or until it's about 50 degrees. Stay tuned for the next step.
Making my printed design sugar cookies, I'm going to mix my cookie dough and then take about a quarter of it and divide it into the different colors that I want to use for my designs. Take each color, roll it out really thin, and then I use all kinds of cookie cutters to get the shapes I want. You can see I use like the ears of a bunny for petals. Then I roll out my main cookie dough and keep it thick, like a 1/2 inch, because you're going to roll it thinner. And I start to put my design on. If I'm doing flowers, I like to do the leaves first, but it doesn't really matter. If you want your design to not look totally abstract, then you need your sugar cookie dough pieces to be really small, because when they roll out, they get bigger. Cover it with parchment, roll carefully, make sure to roll in all directions so it spreads evenly, and then I cut them out. I love this cookie cutter because it is so satisfying to use. Then I put them on a cookie sheet, bake them up, let them cool, fill with buttercream or ice cream.